incredibly hard at times to predict your energy when you live with multiple sclerosis. So I really like this question. How can you better predict what's in your energy bank? Well, first, I think a good way to start is to think about maybe taking a log of a typical week and just kind of identifying those activities that are really energy exhausting and those that maybe are a little energy recharging. Once you kind of have a general idea of what that typical week looks like, then you can start to kind of figure out, hey, what do I need to do in order to manage my fatigue better? And one of the strategies that we use at Can Do MS, and if you've participated in a program, you've probably heard this before, is the idea of the 4 Ps: planning, prioritizing, pacing, and positioning. And by planning, it's organizing your day in such a way that allows you to do some activity, but then allows you a little bit of rest. It's also overlapping a little bit into that idea of pacing too, not overdoing it and not go till you crash and you have activity hang over the rest of the day and into the next day. So planning, pacing, prioritizing, so doing those activities that are most meaningful and important to you in your life and that need to be done. So maybe taking a shower every day doesn't need to be done. We've learned that from the pandemic, certainly. So that's something that can be considered. So prioritize your day, what's most meaningful, what's important, and what needs to be done. And positioning. This is what I think we often forget about, positioning. Rather than standing to do meal preparation or putting on your makeup, you can sit to do some of those activities, and that helps to save a little bit more of that energy. But I think what's really interesting is, yeah, the person with MS can figure this out, but it's tricky for support partners and loved ones to understand what that feels like. So do you have any suggestions, Roz, for that?
Absolutely. I think one of the biggest challenges we hear from support partners all the time is that they can't guess what's going on. They can't figure it out with these invisible symptoms, particularly with fatigue. And they always are afraid they're walking on a minefield, that they're going to guess wrong. They're going to expect too much when the person doesn't have enough energy, and they're not going to expect enough when the person is feeling great and ready to go. So because somebody can't guess, no matter how much that person loves you, you need to tell them. So one very wise support partner said, I wish that my wife had a gas tank on top of her head, because then I could just look at the gas meter and I would know. So what they came up with was a plan to use some signals to each other, and you can modify this any way you want. But they had a red light, green light system. And she would let him know by a red dot or a green dot whether this was stop, slow down, don't go, I'm out of gas, or green light, I'm ready to roll. And they didn't have to spend a lot of time analyzing it. But you can also do a thumbs up, you can do a thumbs down, and you need to remind your partner that that can change from hour to hour or minute to minute. It's not just how you feel that morning. You may need to check in multiple times a day to know what's going on in that energy.